What is going on, people? Welcome back for the 6 weeks out video of this little series that I'm doing going into IPF Worlds. Uh, that was this video is kind of like the tail end of this deload, like mostly an intensity deload week. Definitely needed. I was still feeling the heat even in this particular session. I'm just showing you a couple of my warm up drills and stuff I do to kind of get some blood in the shoulder and make things feel a little bit nicer before I get under the bar. Um, but I can honestly say I've had like a very successful training week. Things were feeling really solid. Bench in particular probably felt the worst out of the three. Just like um, everything felt like probably 10 kilos heavier than they normally do. And then this week, I'm pretty much back to normal. Today is Wednesday, the 4th of May, as I'm recording this voiceover. So I'm like 2 days away from my SBD day. But um, overall, things have been going really well. Like squad's been feeling really strong, even with like a lot of lower body fatigue and like lower back fatigue. I still obviously had like quite a bit of an intensity load this week. I only did like 225 for my back off work and 275 for the single, which is um, probably below an opener or about an opener if I want to like take things really safe. So yeah. Um, Body weight is like 101, 102 most days, pretty much. I've been eating like a king, eating a lot of food, like 4,600 calories daily. Um, yeah, feeling really good. Like it's really strange. I don't really get sore. Just get like the general kind of tiredness after like a heavier session, but I don't really get like the crazy DOMs. Other than like the Saturday, like after Friday, I just feel a little bit like tight and stuff, but nothing horrible. But a lot of people ask me like how I'm feeling going in and stuff like that. Obviously, they kind of begin the last blog going into Worlds, like most people are, and man, like the last time I felt this same way was before regionals last year. Like everything is really going to plan. Like deadlifts feel, man, like disgustingly strong. I don't remember the last time I felt this good on deadlifts like consistently every session. Um, like I made some tweaks to kind of mirror the last prep I did for that regional, and man, like it's pretty crazy how good I'm feeling. I'm really looking forward to this Friday because this should be like the first like reasonably heavy session going into Worlds, and it will kind of set me up to kind of build up on it week to week over the next like sort of 4 heavy SBD days that I have. Like 2 weeks out will be my last heavy session, same as regionals, and my peak was like really good that time. So I'm kind of trying to mirror the same thing, but I hit like a lot of I think it was like 3 singles with 180 on Monday, and they were just like easy with like proper 2 count commands and like start and everything. Which has been like really solid, kind of preparing me for the worst. And then I high barred like some light sets with 227 and 190, plus some accessory work before the bench on that day as well. So it's not like I just came in and benched, which is I guess it's not that it makes that much of a difference, but it makes enough of a difference to be aware of it. And then yesterday I've had like one of the best deadlift days I've had in ages, even with like basically having too big of a callus on the thumb. I really struggled to get like 2 fingers around the thumb, but still like it's like I don't know about you guys, and like you might think similarly to me, but like you kind of associate a certain weight to feel a certain way. And like I was doing like 275 for post singles, and I was like, man, this does not feel like 275. It feels like 240. So it's really cool to be in this position. Um, I don't really have goals for Worlds, but I really want to get somewhere in the 850 range. That would be really cool to kind of get in that neighborhood and see if I can, build upon that going into Euros, having like a longer off season and build again. Um, I'm not really looking. I'm not really looking to get much heavier than this. That 102, 103 mark for me is probably where I'm gonna be coming in. So obviously no weight cuts, no nothing. I'll be eating on the flight and everything else. I'm not worried about any of that, which is gonna be cool. So first time I've not cut weight in years, a long time. I don't remember the last. It must have been like 2018 was the last time I didn't cut weight going into a meet. So it's been 4 years. So it'll be hella fun to do that. And um, yeah, with squats, really the goal for this block is just to make sure my depth is where it needs to be, so I don't really get cold. on any of that. And then with bench, just make sure the poses are solid, and I'm kind of preparing, like making sure if I've got someone with me to like check if my bum is down, check if my heels are down, check if I'm locking the arms, like all those little details, just to make sure that when I come in, I'm like kind of prepared. No matter what happens, I know I've kind of ticked every single box, every single session. Um, a couple of things to note between this and the last couple of blocks is overall squat volume is down, only because it's been like absolutely disgusting, especially the block before last was like really physically demanding. Like it was really hard to recover session to session because it was just so hard. Like every session, I've had like 5 working sets, and they were all like pretty much 8+ reps. Even though I had like reasonably high peak intensity, I could just feel like every session I was like, man, like I just have a lot of like physical fatigue. Whereas now, obviously, my volume has reduced to very similar to something very similar to what I did last prep, and things feel immediately better, which is quite funny. Like you kind of just have to understand that if you're training really hard, you might find that like your top end strength will be masked quite heavily, and you just gonna kind of have to live it for that time period, which is fine. Bench, I'm really looking forward to it because I'm kind of making a lot like more so minor changes to what I did the last prep. Um, but still, again, reduce volume from previous block because that was also very disgusting. It was just like one of those times where like, I mean, I don't know if you guys experienced it, but like my top end strength was masked because I was actually just annihilated like most sessions, which is fine. Like that's kind of where the magic happens, if that makes any sense. But I kind of just rambled on a little bit. I hope you guys enjoy this kind of voiceover videos, kind of talking my thoughts and emotions out about how things are and how I'm feeling. Um, Not much else to say really. Hook grip feels amazing. Just gotta make sure I look after my hands. Squats are feeling really strong. Weights are feeling good on the back. And bench has never been this consistent technically. So I'm really happy. I hope things kind of work out my way in the next few weeks, and I hope I can put together a total that I can truly be proud of in South Africa. If you guys listen all this way, thank you so much for tuning in and supporting the channel. Share it with your friends, and I'll see you guys in a few days' time with my 5 weeks out SBD session. Peace.